Things just keep happening, folks, and it's wild. So watch me draw this silly illustration of Mr. Gale Decarios of Baldur's Gate 3 while I tell you my sordid tale. At the beginning of this week, I was forced to change up my Patreon because of one single person. For those of you who don't know, I am a digital artist full-time. I take on commissions, have an Etsy store, and run an incredibly small Patreon, all to make ends meet. This is important context because despite the fact I do have thousands of people following me, though 5,000 subscribers on YouTube is still considered small, and I would say 12,000 on Instagram is still quite small compared to other artists' followings, I don't make a lot of money. In fact, I make below £200 on Patreon and usually have to make up the rest of my bill money up by taking on sketch commissions. This isn't a complaint, really. It's just a fact. We're in a global recession and people don't have a lot of money to spend on luxuries like art. Though I will point out that you can support me for as low as $1.50 a month or £1 a month for my UK friends. One day, I would love to make YouTube content and Patreon exclusive content full time. I have confidence in my abilities to do so. I am a Leo, after all. We tend to have inflated egos, so people tell me. But at the moment, I only make 1/3, if not less, of the money that goes into my household. Lev, why do you do this then? Why not get a job to supplement your income? Is the question I know I'll get, especially when I explain what happened to me this week. To that, I direct you to these video essays. In these videos, I lay out why, as a disabled person, I cannot get a quote-unquote normal job, and why the mentality of art not being a real job is incredibly concerning to me when it's the only thing that's truly accessible for me personally. Other than making YouTube videos to entertain you, of course. Anyhow, all this to say, I was stolen from. My art was available to be taken for free, and this person does actually owe me money. Not a lot of money, mind you, about $14, but it's still the principle of the thing, you know? How did this happen? Well, you can exploit the Patreon billing system if a creator hasn't done two things. One, if the creator didn't choose upfront billing when it was made available to everyone, and it is gone now, as per Patreon's guidelines. And two, if the creator didn't choose to switch to Patreon's new billing format because of iOS Apple rules. Personally, I don't know many creators who don't have upfront billing or didn't choose it outright, but I do know that it's not just a me issue. There are a couple of other creators who have had issues with these drive-by patrons, as this Redditor labels them. These people will sign up to your Patreon without being billed up front, so it's more of a promise or being on the honor system that you'll pay on the first of every month, and then delete their Patreon subscription in a couple days, which means they get access to your art or content for that small window for free. Patreon doesn't actually charge them, and in fact, I have screenshots to show that. I've gotten no money from this person, none, and I'll tell you exactly what they had access to for those 4 days both times. Why not let this serve as an ad for my Patreon as well as a Draw With Me rant video? This person subbed at my £5 or $7 tier, which means they had access to the following perks. My Discord community, which has a backlog of 6 years of art on it. 6, access to my ad-free YouTube videos in their entirety, which is hours of content that I've put out since my start on YouTube 1.5 years ago. My patron bonus videos that people can request that help teach people certain art topics and give them advice. My weekly Discord live streams that are for patrons only and are of me drawing Patreon exclusive art that I do not share on social media. TTRPG NPC portrait packs that are hand-drawn by me and patrons get to vote on their theme every month. Full unedited time-lapse videos of my art and art process explanations that take me 2 hours to compile, at least. And Patreon exclusive spicy art that I do not share on social media, or at the very least are fully uncropped and uncensored specifically on Patreon and nowhere else, as well as the back catalog of spicy art that I've drawn over the last 6 years. That's a lot of stuff that they got for free, and it's the last one that they subbed for specifically. You see, because I'm a small creator, and I will keep emphasizing that because it's the part that hurts the most, I can go through all of my notifications in about 2 minutes or less. I know what people have liked and can correlate that to what they subbed for if they have recently. So not once, but twice, this person signed up specifically for that art that I don't post anywhere else and took it without paying for it. I have no idea what else they took either. I don't think I'm that important that they'd really want anything else except for this Baldur's Gate 3 comic, but because of the way the internet treats artists and acts as if they're entitled to their art regardless of if it's free or not, I'm a bit hyper-paranoid. It makes me feel like this beautiful scene from The Office, in fact. Art theft.
A joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year.
So, someone stole from me. I think intentionally, but maybe they meant well and thought that money still went to me even though it didn't. I'll try to give them the benefit of the doubt here. What can be done to make sure that myself and other artists don't get stolen from in the future? Well, I blocked them for one to make sure that they aren't able to see my content, and now they do have to pay before seeing it as I changed to Patreon's new billing system of you get charged first and then pay on that same day every month. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues, but we'll see. If you're a consumer who uses this system of signing up for specific content and then immediately canceling, you need to make sure that you're actually being charged by Patreon itself. If you're not paying the creator right away for access and then you have access to all of their work, you are stealing. Please don't do that. This isn't a corporation like Walmart. These are real people who are already going through a rough time with the rise of generative AI and our industry layoffs. We don't need more art theft in the community. If you're someone who uses Patreon as a creator, I highly suggest you change to the new Patreon system if you haven't already. That's the only way that you can safeguard your work if you didn't pick charge up front when the website had it available. It sucks and everyone on the platform will have to change to it eventually, but at least people won't be able to steal your carefully handcrafted meme redraw of Gale the Decarios from Baldur's Gate 3. While I understand that people want the content that they want and inevitably there will be comments that I put my art out on the internet so people can do what they like, I'm also a poor artist. Just because I have thousands of followers and subscribers doesn't mean that I make a large amount of money, because I don't. The poor shouldn't steal from the poor. That just makes the whole world worse and makes it so you get less art that you want to see in the world. Speaking of supporting artists, I'll be highlighting 5 artists now that I think everyone should go check out and throw some cash at if at all possible. I do this in every Draw With Me video, which is a weekly series. Here's the last video if you want to go check out the artists from last week too. Telastrism, or Flo as I know them, is an amazing artist that puts incredible love and dedication into their craft. And their craft just so happens to be drawing D&D characters. I met Flo in an online campaign of Curse of Strahd many years ago, and we've stayed fast friends ever since. They're an absolute joy to be around, and they deserve all the best things in life. They have beautiful commission options over on Ko-fi, where you can get your D&D characters lovingly painted by this incredibly skilled person, including character reference sheets and tarot cards. Please take a look at Flo's work and support not only a great friend, but also a very talented and skilled artist. Sleepy Rogues is a fandom merch artist and illustrator that makes absolutely gorgeous illustrations of Dragon Age, Marvel Rivals, and Baldur's Gate 3 characters. Her work is stunning, and I would love to one day have a whole bunch of her stickers and charms adorning my bag or cane. Jessie has a Patreon sticker club and Etsy store and regularly attends cons where you can get some of her merch in person. Her next con appearance will be at Gem State Comic Con in Idaho if you're in the area. Namari Konda is a mutual of mine that I get incredibly excited to see on my Insta feed or Blue Sky feed whenever they post. Their works are littered with beautiful religious iconography, their line artwork is to die for, and the rendering is just chef's kiss perfect. Theo takes on commission work part-time and also makes gorgeous character designs that are available from time to time over on their Ko-fi page. If anything, you should follow them just to see what happens to their D&D character, Rodon, who is just as stunning as their artwork. Ghost Dandy Me is a wonderful artist who creates meaningful bodies of work about trans, queer, and disabled identities. They make accessibility cards for those who are nonverbal or have issues communicating due to various issues, and make beautiful paintings that I could stare at all day. They have a Patreon where you can support them in general, get wallpapers and other digital goods, get access to behind-the-scenes content, and more. They also attend conventions when they can and sell merch on their Etsy store while also taking art card commissions. Definitely go check them out if you can. Their work is truly amazing. Our last artist is Isreverse, who is an artist of Palestinian and Irish descent that focuses primarily on world building and bringing to life religious figures and important characters from their culture. They're incredibly outspoken about the terrible things that are going on in Gaza and are an incredible font of knowledge for those looking to learn more about the history, culture, and amazing stories surrounding the people of Palestine. Plus, they have amazing art tips on painting and rendering, as well as gorgeous illustrations depicting their Llewellyn and other OCs of theirs. You won't regret following them. They are a true blessing to this world. Thank you for joining me on this weird day. Things just keep happening, and you know what? At least I can make it into content. Again, one of these days it won't bother me as much, and I'll make enough money to pay my bills. But until then, I'm just going to be a little upset. I think I have every right to be. I'll keep making my content and pushing it as much as I can. Sorry if that's annoying or whatever, but me, my 3 cat children, and my husband have to eat somehow. If you enjoy my work, consider becoming a patron. We have weekly art streams that are absolutely wonderful to be part of and make my day. Our community is truly uplifting in these trying times. If you don't have the means to be a patron, that's okay too. Just liking, commenting, and subscribing is enough. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!